Okay, so this is a 1973 Bronco, and I believe it's an XLT. Does not have the custom trim option on it. All the badging has been removed. I picked this up as a parts Bronco for $500. No motor, or not originally, but it did have a 460 in it. Previous owner had pulled the motor out, it left that C6 that's in it, and he pulled the transfer case as well. I'm pretty stoked about these wheels, man. How cool are these wheels? Everyone's commenting, dude, these wheels, those things are awesome. And I 100% agree. So it did have a top when I originally got it, but I sold the top and the tailgate off the Bronco to someone locally who needed them. And seeing that it was just a parts Bronco, it didn't bother me. I sold the top and the tailgate to him for $500. Top was immaculate, didn't have any problems. Tailgate had a little bit of rust on it. As you can see right here, yeah, 4 of 78 is when it's developed. I'm gonna have to do some research here on the van just to see what the total options are. But the reason I'm thinking it's an XLT because it does have the wood grain inlay on like this door and on the dash. So I believe it was, second, let me curl up here. I believe it was a AC truck as well. Oh well, all that's gone, so I can't exactly tell. It's been gutted fairly good. Okay, no, this is the aftermarket AC unit. You can see the controllers there. Which someone else put in at some point. This is probably a, well, it could have been a dealer option. So, but it is pretty gutted. It's got the bench seat in it, and it does have a little bit of rust here and there. I mean, if you look down here, we can see some holes through the floorboards. You know, they're not super thick. It's got rust showing up other places. It's been, you know, on the Oregon coast. So I was not expecting a whole lot from this rig, but it's still a solid vehicle. I can't be too mad at it. And $500 for a freaking parts Bronco. Let me get back down here. It's not bad. Yeah, you look at the doors here. We've got some rust in here on the bottom of the doors and stuff like that. And so I'm not going to say that. I mean, you could take this back to 100% street if you wanted to, but I don't have plans to do that. It did come with a 6-inch lift on it. And I'm not sure the manufacturer. I haven't been able to find any markings. I was guessing maybe Rancho or Skyjacker or something. I don't know. Those are fairly common. One thing that is a little bit odd is this rear end. If you look, you will notice that, here, let me pan you up a little bit. That's not a 9-inch. So that is I'm guessing maybe a Dana 44, just looking at it. But it's a low pinion, not a high pinion. And the Bronco only came with the 9-inch option. So at some point, someone stole the 9-inch out of this thing and put something else in it. Oh, my phone's going off. Craig trying to talk to me here. I'll get to you in a bit, buddy. Anyways, it's, yeah, it looks like a Dana 44 from the size and everything like that. It's a 5'5.5". Let's see here. We do have a plate there. Now, let me go get a wrench and pull off that plate real quick. Okay. We got our backer upper. All right, pull that plate off. Let's see here. Let's put this screw back. Otherwise, I'm going to forget this. All right. Good. Oh, okay. Let's see here. Penny down a little bit. Wow, there's not much to be seen on the plate here. That's pretty nasty. I think we're gonna have to go put some oil on it or something, or maybe clean it up a little bit. Let's see here. Got a little bit of water here on the bed of the truck, or not the bed of the truck, but the trailer, Oh, it's actually cleaning up kind of good. Get that rust off there. Can't quite make it out just yet. Is this the backside stamped? No, this is the front side. Huh. A41828. I don't know, like it should have the gear ratio stamped in here somewhere. As you can see, kinda. I don't know. I'll have to see if I can clean this up maybe a little bit better. All right, let's see here. Got you on the back of the stem check right now that I've been working on, but let me get the, we got a new Dremel. Let's see if I can freaking blast this thing real quick. Ooh, that's a little bit too much. Bring it down a little
bit. I had a feeling you'd come back and save me from all those lonely nights and heartbreaks. And I feel misplaced without you. Why don't we go back to, why don't we go back to, never wanted to end it like we did. I guess shit happens for a reason, but it's like something feels different from back then. Why don't we go back to, why don't we go back to, honestly I'm open wide. I don't feel like waking up without you by my side. I still see.
I'm just going to check on you.
Thanks. Just in the middle of making a video.
Oh.
Got a little bit of this oil here on it.
Oh, we can wash your hands afterwards.
Yeah. Alright, so that's what... Let me get behind the camera here real quick. Okay. So this is what we ended up with, guys. So I don't know exactly. 2M10. That looks like, this looks like a 5S814 Alpha. DRD potentially. Here's a 55. I don't know if this is supposed to be like a 5.5. There's another number right in there. All right, so I just got word back from Craig on this rear axle for this Bronco. Took actually a lot of research to find out potentially what was going on here. Turns out that this is an 8.8 out of a 83 or 84 Bronco or F100. Does not match this thing at all. And we ended up pulling up the axle codes off the warranty sticker inside and everything like that, and then looking at it, and Craig was able to point out that this does not work at all with this vehicle and everything like that. So, I mean, it works. It's a direct bolt-in, don't get me wrong, but it's not the right setup. And I got to pull the sticker off the Dana 44 that's up front, because it still does have the high pinion Dana 4 up front. So it still does have its high pinion Dana 44 up front, but I'm pretty sure that's, you know, it's standard in these things to come with a 350 gears. So, yep. And this thing's a 355 in the rear end. So, it's not that it's bad, it's just we will end up probably swapping this rear axle out. The wheels here, you know, these things are actually really not that bad. Yeah, they've got some pitting in them and stuff like that, but sandpaper, that will end up coming out. They'll actually clean up really good. There's no, like, there's only one of them that's got some road rash on it. Yeah, this one's freaking pretty solid. All right, so right here, you can see this one's been curbed just a little bit. So that'll just take a bit of grinding and clean up that surface right there. Got it notched right there, pretty bad. Not really bad, but these will clean right up and polish out good. And I think I want to do a video like that. I like those restoration videos, or those, you know, restore videos that you see people do, where they'll take something that's nasty and just bring it back to looking mint. I really kind of want to do that with these wheels. So tell me what you guys think. What should I do with her? I'm just thinking maybe just a wheeler. You know, We didn't really, I've got a bunch of crap there in the back of it that I've got to clean out. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to find more rust back there. So, but it'd make a decent wheeler. We get some heavier axles in it and maybe a flexor suspension. I've got another front clip over there I could throw on it and just call it what it is. I'm not really sure. This is actually going to be off for a little bit though. I mean, the green and white Bronco, that's coming back into the shop so that we can just tear it down the whole way. So anyways, appreciate you guys watching. I'm going to get back onto the 71 and getting the wheels put on it so that the Bronco can actually come in the shop. So if you liked the video, go ahead and like. And if you did like it, go ahead and subscribe because we got more coming down the line. We'll talk to you all later.